everyone, JamieStarr here for the New World News Network. On this episode, I want to illustrate the liberal media hypocrisy and double standard that becomes ever more clear with each passing moment. We had the New York Post run these pictures of Melania Trump as if there's some sort of scandal. You've never seen a potential first lady like this. And she was a former model. I mean, this is so mindless, and it's really, it shows you the point of panic they're at, where they're just, okay, well, maybe if we take this photo shoot, which everyone should have known existed and should be no big deal because it was like 15 years ago or whatever, and we spin it, maybe it will hurt him with the evangelist, but it'll also increase his appeal to millennials. It'll just, I mean, it's such a nothing issue. And then there's this other article I saw where it was like, Trump vows to ban porn. And if you look at it, it's actually, he just made a commitment to some group, I think it's like Enough is Enough or something like that, that he was actually going to enforce the laws that are already there. Again, this is the mind-blowing thing, is the majority of stuff Trump says, whether it's immigration, this porn stuff, he just says, I'm going to enforce the law. It's not this, oh, well, we're going to write a law, but we're not going to enforce it. We're going to be selective about it and target our political enemies with enforcement of it. I mean, they have so many laws, they could go after anyone for anything, but they don't unless if they have a bigger reason. So you had this come up, and then there's all these other issues around it. Here's one on, let's see, GQ. The future First Lady see Melania Trump's nude photo shoot. This goes about 15 years ago. Here's a picture of her. You got some more pictures of her. I mean, yes, she was a supermodel. Surprise, surprise. And then, asking, did Donald Trump purposely leak Melania's nude photo shoot? Hopefully. I mean, because it's such a non-issue that he might as well have just thrown it out there. And it amazes me that this comes out, and there is this thing about one of Obama's girls twerking, and it's like, oh, she's twerking, is there outrage? But Melania's nude in a photo shoot. I mean, it just shows how there's one standard for one group. Okay, we're supposed to be fine with this young girl showing off her butt and twerking at a festival. But everyone is supposed to be so in an uproar that Melania Trump did a photo shoot. And it's all based on this double standard of their straw man hypothetical conservative. Like, they don't even throw up the Melania stuff as if it's something bad. They throw it up with this snotty sort of, well, look at this. This should be offensive to you. You should be offended by this because I have an idea in my head of what you have to be, and you better be that stereotype because that's what I've continually been attacking. It's their straw man piñata. It basically is the Stephen Colbert. The blackface conservative politician Stephen Colbert, what he would emulate. That's who they're all attacking all the time. And it's a person that doesn't exist. So, photo shoot, titties, whatever. You see this. An article came out, why slut-shaming Melania Trump, again, for nude photos is wrong. And this, of course, goes into, beauty standards. And she's just fine in the pictures naturally. And, women, misogynist, blah, blah, blah. And it's a good point. Because, again, the whole thing is juxtaposed to Hillary Clinton, someone born into privilege, Ivy League schools, and is trying to say, oh, well, I've been oppressed because of my vagina. It's so ridiculous. So people are at least saying, hey, this isn't cool. Anytime Hillary is criticized, you're calling them a sexist. Meanwhile, you're trying to embarrass Melania Trump for the sake of getting at Trump. It's such a double standard that even liberals are speaking out about it. But here's the big thing. Obama's mom. Obama's mom did porn with a communist propagandist, and the media has never touched it. Never touched it, never brought it up. It's not even mentioned. They want you to forget that Obama had a mom, let alone a white mom at that. because he is supposed to be the champion of the black community. These are very much in line with the photos of Melania Trump. You see here, Ann Dunham. Those two pictures, look, these pictures. I mean, very similar, but they don't want you to know who took the pictures, because that would give you a deeper insight into where Obama's ideology comes from. Also, if you didn't see in the past week, Obama's African family came out and endorsed Trump, and they've even been in interviews saying they want a DNA test and that they feel like they were just a prop held up to get him into office, and that he hasn't spoken to any of them since, except the one guy who's like a large part of the Muslim Brotherhood. So the whole thing, it's a sham, it's fake outrage, it's nonsense, and it's just this double standard that we're seeing all the time, whether it's on social networking. My UK correspondent, he's banned from Facebook for criticizing Islam in the same time period where there was a Muslim attack in London. It's ridiculous. If you're a liberal, you can make death threats at people all day long online. If you even criticize the censorship of these things like Lauren Southern, you'll end up banned. And it's ridiculous. And it's just going to end up with them bankrupting themselves. Look at everything from Ghostbusters to The Daily Show to any of these companies that try to do this pro-liberal, pro-diversity, pandering platform, and they just bankrupt themselves. And it shows the government must be subsidizing this. I got into an argument even when they had the hashtag Black Women Did That. I made a thing saying it saddens me how I'm seeing all these beautiful, intelligent women of the past, scientists, inventors, juxtaposed to whores like Rihanna and Beyonce. Of course, the Beehive had a problem with that. And I would try to defend my point. Hey, I'm not against Beyonce. I'm against the fact that she went from being a wholesome entertainer into this degraded, raunchy, black power, whatever she's doing now. I liked the Sasha Fierce album. That was her last good album. And of course, they would ask me, oh, well, explain it. How can you say that? How can you say the one's better? And finally, I broke it down where I said, Sasha Fierce sold more than her following two albums practically combined. The numbers show it. Jay-Z said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So by her husband's own measurement system, Sasha Fierce is the better album. Now you explain to me why you think I'm wrong. And then of course I get blocked. I had a Muslim girl say, how can you say that about them? You're a misogynist. You hold anti-black views, this, and that. I asked, oh, is twerking Sharia approved? My religion has nothing to do with this, and that. How dare you bring up my religion? This is my personal relationship with God, whatever, whatever. I said, well, all I'm trying to say is both my culture and your culture used to have a standard where women acting like strippers all the time wasn't acceptable. Blocked again. I got blocked like 6 times in the matter of a day, because I'm purposely trying to push these people, because all it's going to do is send more and more people away from these platforms, and we'll leave them as an echo chamber, and we'll just set up a community elsewhere. But I wanted to cover this. Double standard, more and more apparent. I'm going to do a whole podcast on this, so if anyone has other instances of this, please feel free to message me on Twitter, leave them in the comments, get them to me, and I'm going to compile them all and make a grand list of the double standard, because that's where the privilege is. It's liberal privilege, racism, sexism, all that shit's just the cover for it. So, subscribe to the channel, check the links below. Have a good one.